So it's a bit intermittently windy this morning, but I'm going to try this guy again. This is the Super Cub. Now, I did the brushless conversion on him. Initially, it's not the world's strongest brushless motor. Initially, I was trying to still make him work with the old battery bay and the old battery, but that was, well, it worked, he flew. But the problem was, well, it's only a 1300 milliamp hour battery, and you can't get anything bigger in that battery bay if you just put it in the hole the way it comes. So he only got, he only had enough power for a 4 or 5 minute flight at the very most. So what I've done is I've basically removed the old big receiver and ESC box that used to sit on top of that battery bay, put a lemon receiver in instead, and then cut the top of that battery bay out and cut my finger doing it as well. It was kind of dumb, but anyway. So now, hopefully, we can put the battery right up like that. And so that's a 2200, and people even put 3200s in, apparently. That's the neat little tune that the new ESC plays. Okay, so, and he's got these beaver wheels on now. I've got the timer set to 5 minutes now again. Oh, you should easily be able to do 7 minutes with this battery, I should think. So you might have got away with the 5 minutes, or 4 anyway, with the old battery, and that was only a 1300. Well, I flew him for 3.5 minutes on the 1300, and he was down to at 3.85 a cell of storage charge. So, well, yeah, 7 seems about reasonable. See, now the wind stopped. The wind has almost completely stopped now, but you just don't know where you are. This guy hopefully can handle handle more wind than that little tiger moth I was flying before. That can handle no wind, basically. Okay. Check my control directions. I did have to change my control directions when I switched from the old receiver to the lemon receiver. For some reason, that old receiver obviously had some kind of built-in reversing in it, because both the ailerons and the rudder, I think, were in the wrong direction when I changed over from the receiver that came with the Super Cub to the lemon receiver. Why is he leaning so much to one side? I really don't know. Yeah, I think it's just the unevenness of the ground. Just the unevenness of the ground, I think. Okay. Well, let's see. Of course, he's even heavier now, but he's definitely got a bit more power than when he was on the old brushed system. And I know a lot of people put a rather larger brushless motor in than I've got in here. There's a 737 heading for Hamilton or whatever, not too far overhead. He's pretty low. He's in some sort of approach pattern, so he's a bit noisy. Making more noise than my plane. It's all the 737 you can hear. Even this guy's rocking around a bit because of the uneven wind. And it's still not all that light either. I mean, the visibility's not terrific because it's still early. It's early morning, and oh yeah, the wind's definitely getting up again now. The wind's getting up again now. Let's try and come a little lower. I mean, it's nice to have height to compensate for mistakes, but it's not much good if the height means you can't see the plane properly. You see, now the jets move further away. I can actually hear my planing, and I've got bug repellent on, but the bugs seem to be taking an undue interest in me nonetheless. Bog off. Go away. Not the plane, the bug which is flying around my head, annoying the hell out of me. I don't know. We seem to be struggling. Oh, do get out of it! We seem to be struggling a bit here, frankly. I don't know whether this reflects any kind of malfunction on the part. I hope not. I don't know whether it reflects the plane or it's just because of the wind, because the plane is not, well, it's not flying very well. It's sort of lurching around here and there. But I think that's just because the wind's getting up. And of course it's hard to judge from ground level what the wind there is as well. You get slightly different wind there to what you get at ground level. And I'm not even sure, I don't know what the wind's doing. I actually ordered an anemometer. It's not got it yet from Amazon and whatever. See, dropped weirdly then again, but I mean, I think that again is just because of the shifting wind taking away lift, and then he balloons up because the wind comes back or whatever. Yeah, he's not very pleasant to fly in these conditions, but mainly because of the wind, I think.
Time remaining 4 minutes.
I'm trying to judge whether he's trimmed properly, but it's a bit hard with so much wind. You can't really trim a plane out well in gusty wind because, you know, you want to let go of the sticks and see what he does, but you can't really do that when you're fighting the wind all the time. So I'm not sure whether he's trimmed entirely right either. But I don't think I'm going to be able to decide whether he's trimmed right in this wind. Well, trying to see where the wind's coming from. North. Oh, blimey. Yeah, I mean, the wind is just making him turn when I don't want him to. You know, if I'm not careful, the wind just...
Time remaining 3 minutes.
The wind shifts and just pushes him round. Mostly north to east, the wind, I think, as best as I can judge. Sometimes north, which is behind me, and sometimes east, which is on my right. No, it's not right, is it? No, east is on my left. Sorry. Obviously if I'm north is behind me, east can't be on my right. Yes. But it's not very stable at all, the wind. There's very little stability in the wind. So it's not easy to say where. So he's going mostly upwind there because the wind is mainly from the north. But I can't land him in that direction really because that's
Time remaining 2 minutes.
That's not the direction the runway goes in. So we've already flown for 5 minutes. God, yeah, the wind just goes up and down. You're moving and then you're not moving. I mean, it's not pleasant flying conditions. This is not at all. Well, see, you're flying, you're sinking, you're rising, and it's all just because the wind keeps changing. Pitching this way and that. Okay, what the heck? Let's see if we have any way of setting him up for a landing. And I guess I usually land from... the... Whoa. Oh well, I'm glad to get him down that. Again, I would have much rather got a nice landing off him, but getting him down at all in that wind was not a lot of fun. I'm not gonna fuss too much about getting a nice landing. I really would like to get a nice landing out of this guy. I don't think I ever have, even with the old thing. Okay, well... Wet.
Throttle cut off.
Oh yeah, he's definitely, you can tell by holding it, he's definitely got a good deal more power. Oh yeah.
Throttle cut on.
Yeah, so that's 6 minutes altogether. He's definitely got a good deal more power than he had with the old brushed system. I didn't really get into doing anything much with it there because I was too busy fighting the variable wind. It really was. It couldn't make up its mind at all. It kept flirting around from one direction and another, and you just didn't know where you were from one second to the next, really. You know, he dropped, he rose, he sunk, he flipped, and so you're just playing around. There's a plane going really, really high. A vapor trail up there. Anyway. Well, yes, it would be much nicer to get a decent landing out of him, but it's just, I don't know. It's a little too windy today. What can I say? He's up, he's down. That's an 8x4 propeller with the little 2212 motor I got in there, 1400 kV motor. A slightly bigger motor would have been nice, but I think that's not too bad. I think you know, on a day where the wind's a bit either less wind or at least a more constant, steady wind, he might fly quite decently. I think we need that weight on the nose, though. I don't think we can take that weight on the nose off. Anyway, we'll see. Battery is a Gen 000 2200. As I say, you could even put a 3200 in with the battery bay like that. And after 6 minutes, we're looking at 11.9. Oh yeah, so you see now you've got lot 3.98. 97. 4. It would be nicer if the cells were the same, but anyway. So yes, you got tons of power with that battery, and that's after 6 minutes. Oh yeah, so you could probably on that battery you could probably fly like 10 minutes. The 1300 was distinctly marginal, but yeah, that's got a lot more power. Yeah, and that's a very satisfactory battery life. I don't see why you'd need the 3200. But then people who are using 3200 are probably using a bigger motor, so they're using even more power. Say, I reckon 6 minutes and only down to 4 volts. We could certainly go 8 minutes and probably 10 minutes without a problem. Maybe we'll try 8 next time.